Okay, so officially, welcome everyone to the September TBW Tuesday event with Dr. Margarita Johnson. Margarita is a Dallas resident. She serves her community as a social activist. She's also known as the Maximizer. She's the founder and executive director of two 501c3 nonprofit organizations, Stand for Sisterhood and Pro Activism Inc. She is intentional in her mission to make a global impact. And in 2023, she received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, and in March of 2025, the NAACP WIN Award. So she has been recognized by leaders in the movement to show how much she is making an impact. It's truly been recognized by our community and by others. So she influences the community also as an advisory board member for DISD, the National Academy Foundation, and the Bryan Adams High School. She's a speaker, a co-author of 8 books, a 4-time Amazon bestselling author, content creator, a chaplain, a certified mental health first aid responder, a psalmist, a red carpet correspondent, and a credentialed mediator. I don't think there's anything that this woman does not do. And so I am so, so grateful to bring to the table and to the mic my dear friend and someone I admire so much, Dr. Marguerite Johnson. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank
thank you,
you,
thank you.
Karen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, just for being here and just for showing up tonight. Life is life, but I'm so glad that all of you have taken the time for this presentation and to invest in you. I heard many of us say we closed the door. Mine's is closed too.
Good.
And sometimes you just have to do that. I actually, one of those days I had to take a nap. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I need a nap. So yeah, we have those moments, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Karen, for this amazing opportunity in Texas Business Women organization. And so I think she has my presentation. Yes. So we're going to dive right on into it. Today's session is all about utilizing our voices. So we're going to have a lot of engagement. If you can go back to that first slide. Yeah, that would be great. So just take a moment to look at this photo. And just in your mind, we're going to talk about it later throughout the presentation. But you don't have to voice it right now, but what do you see when you see this woman? What do you see? And I just want to ask you the question, is this you? So when you look at this photo, what do you see? And then, is this you? Okay. Yes, we already got some engagement in the chat. Somebody said Superwoman. Okay. That's amazing. So y'all remember this image. We're going to come back to a shero. Okay. Love it. Awesomeness, awesomeness. Okay, so we can go to the next slide, please. So welcome to the Art of Self-Advocacy. Speak up for your worth and your value. And we got the Superwomans and running to save the world again. So you guys just heard Karen read my bio, right? But I want to read to you the backstory. So you can go to the next slide, please. So people see the glory of your life, but they really don't. They don't see the backstory at all. And for some, they see me as a very joyful person, and I really am. But my story didn't always look like this. And so I'm just going to read you guys the backstory bio because a lot of people, they see all of what I'm doing now, but they really don't know my history and where I've come from. And now, once I get through reading this to you, you will understand why I'm such an advocate for myself now, why I'm an advocate for girls and for women. And so first and foremost, I was born 2.5 months premature. I was diagnosed with depression as a baby. So my mom was going through a separation from my father when she was pregnant with me. And she said she cried every day. And he actually showed up to my delivery drunk. So she had to kick him out. And he didn't even get a chance to see me being born. And so, yeah, so that's the first part. Born depressed as a baby. And my mom was like, girl, when I brought you home, you were so little. They called me Tweety Bird, and they kept me in a little dresser drawer. That was my bed. She said I was so little. And she said, I didn't cry like a normal baby. She said, I moaned and I groaned. That was my cry. I cried like an old mother in Zion, she would say. I almost died from bronchitis pneumonia at the age of 18 months. And as a result of from being kept in the incubator and all of that kind of stuff, my voice changed. My mom said my voice, after she brought me home from that, because the doctor told her, girl, if you had not got this baby here, if you had gotten her here 5 minutes later, she would have been dead. Because my mom would like, she could be cooking in the kitchen and she could hear me breathing in the other room. I was breathing that hard. And so as a result of being kept in an incubator for a few months, my voice changed. I was always hoarse growing up. My voice was very raspy. So much to the point to where when I was a teenager, I literally asked the Lord to change my voice, literally. And he did lighten it up some. But I was always hoarse, and I just did not like my raspy voice at all. And even after I came through the bronchitis phase, I had to relearn to walk and talk and all of that. My mom would tell me. And since we're talking about the power of our voice, this is one main reason why I'm sharing this story. It's because my mom said that, I really didn't even talk as a kid until my sister came along. And my sister, my dad and my mom got back together, and I guess she was the happy baby. And so, so she would get the money and the candy and all of that. And my mom was like, you were just so quiet and so shy. You were just in a corner. And she said, you started watching your sister. And your sister is who empowered you to start using your voice. Because I guess I figured out as a kid, I'm not gonna get no candy or no money if I don't open up my mouth. So that's when I began to come out of my shell a little bit. And so my sister saved me, I guess, from the depression that I was in, which is why I'm such a heavy stickler for sisterhood. Like I really believe in the power of sisterhood, because my sister saved me as a little girl from depression. So even going through high school though, I was still very shy. I was a bookworm, so my head was always in a book. I was always studying. I stayed to myself unless I needed to advocate or defend someone or something that I loved. If it wasn't me, it didn't matter. But if I had to come out of my shell in my closet, out of my corner to defend something or someone that I loved, that I would do that. And I wanted to advocate, and I love advocating so much so that I wanted to be an attorney growing up. I even interned for an attorney during my high school years. But God had a different plan, and I know why. But yeah. And so I never felt valued or good enough. So I always overcompensated to be accepted. So yes, I'm a recovering yes girl. I am. Um, I battled with rejection and abandonment due to fatherlessness. I didn't receive or love the reflection looking at me, resulting from a very bad bike accident that I had at the age of 7, which I'm telling y'all, every attack I've always had in my life, it had to do with my mouth, my voice. So I'm going somewhere with this. And so I was trying to be like my brother at the age of 7. We used to stay like up on a hill, like our house was kind of like on a little steep driveway. And he went down the driveway all smooth and whatever. I went down the driveway on my, what did they have? Those training wheels on the little bicycle. And when I tell you, I didn't make it to the end of the driveway the way he did. I flipped and rumbled into the middle of the street. And when I got up from the middle of the street, the teeth that I had, they were hanging from strings from my gums. They were hanging. Um, so I had to go into immediate surgery, and I had to end up wearing braces. I had to wear headgear. So here I am, 7 all the way through my teen years wearing headgear, had to wear it to school, got called names like Hannibal Lecter and, just buck teeth beaver, because I used to suck my lip, just all type of stuff. And so I bullied myself for making simple mistakes, which catapulted into perfectionism. So I'm a recovering perfectionist. Everything had to be perfect, because I'm the middle child. So I'm like, I'm not the older boy. I'm not the baby girl. I'm right in the middle. So I just overcompensated. I did extra just to be liked and to be loved and I guess to be seen. Yeah. And so I witnessed my mother struggle in all capacities, raising 3 children alone. So I witnessed my mom getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, making us breakfast, going to work, coming home, making us lunch, going back to work, working 2 more jobs just to make ends meet. And then she got sick of the struggle. So she ended up marrying someone when I was 10. And he was very controlling, very, very verbally abusive, very manipulative. And I witnessed my mom have 2 nervous breakdowns from this man. And so we went from struggling financially now to struggling in all of the other capacities, from just my mom being in a very abusive relationship. I never witnessed him hit her, but I did witness him speak horrible to her and to us. And to be like around ages 11, 12, 13, and your mom is coming to get into bed with you and she's crying and not in a good space. It's like, what does that do to a young girl? And so this is why I'm such an advocate. And so this is why I do what I do, because there were times I did not like the reflection looking back at me in the mirror. There were times when I questioned my mom and asked her, why did you put us in this situation? But back in the day, we couldn't use our voice because they will always tell you what goes on in this house, stay in this house. They will always tell you, sweep it under the rug. It doesn't matter. Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. And so I do what I do today so girls and women would know that they are loved and that their feelings are valid. They will know that they have a voice and it's okay to say no. It is a complete sentence. They will know that forgiveness is for you. And so we can't wait on other people to apologize or say, I'm sorry. I've learned in my life that I've had to bring closure to the no closure because I know many people are too prideful to apologize. So forgiveness is for us, it's for you. And when you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Mistakes do not mean that life is over. And y'all, I'm telling you the honest God truth. I was 40 years old when I finally accepted the fact that, hey, I'm human. I am wrapped in flesh and it's okay to make mistakes. Like I never gave myself grace. Um, we need to know that I want them to know that their weaknesses are made perfect by God's strength, that they are more than enough, that positivity and gratitude maximizes God's favor upon your life, and that if you believe, that's all that matters. So I believe I am where I am today because I believe in me now. There was a time I did not believe, but I believe in me. And so a lot of people, they see the present glory of your life, but they don't know the backstory. And I don't really share my backstory a lot. But today, since we're talking about self-advocacy, I felt that I needed to share that. So, woo, I don't look like what I've been through. And this is just half the story. I ain't even got to when I got married at the age of 19. And I do want to shout out to my husband. We've been together 28 years. We've been married 27 years. We met at Walmart and we have 2 beautiful children. I have a 21-year-old daughter and a 23-year-old son, and they are my life and my rocks, and I love them. So yes.
And
Next
he
slide,
is
please.
definitely your advocate. I love how he supports you. It's so sweet to watch.
Yes, he is. He is the greatest cheerleader for me. And I told him he restored my faith in men, because I didn't have any from my daddy and I didn't have any from my stepdaddy. So he definitely restored my trust and my faith in the male species. Okay, next slide. Okay, you guys. So just like Wendy, now it's your turn to share. I want to know. So you can share an emoji in the chat, or if you just want to talk about how you're currently feeling right now, then I would love to take a few minutes to really check in on you all and to see how you're doing. So if you want to share your emoji, you can drop it in the chat, or if you just want to tell us how you're feeling. So I love this. It says, if our eyes are the windows of our soul, then our emotions are the voice of our soul. So the emotions, I mean, and I know sometimes women, we don't want to talk about it. You know, we want to keep it all inside. But I want you to know that tonight is a safe space for you. Uh, God gave me the courage to share my backstory. And yeah. And so let me read this chat. Let me see what's going on in here. So we have some celebratory emojis, and Katie says she feels overwhelmed. I feel you. Felicia Malone, she's on cloud 9. I know she is. She just released her book. Of course you are. Patricia said, I'm looking forward to what's around the corner. That's amazing. And Lucretia says she's blessed. Yes, ma'am. Indeed you are. Yes. And so, and it's okay, Katie, to be vulnerable and to share that you feel overwhelmed. And we're going to definitely tackle this in just a second. So, women, we carry so much, we do so much, we have so many hats, we balance out so much. But I just want to make sure that you are, when you get off this call, that you're going to advocate for you too. Next slide, please. And so before I get into the presentation, I want us all to let's take a moment to just stop, to slow down, and to breathe. So breathe deeply until sweet air extinguishes the burn of fear in your lungs. And every breath is a beautiful refusal to become anything less than infinite. And so what we're going to do is the 4-7-8 breathing. And so if everybody will with me, we're going to inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. We're going to inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. We're going to exhale through the mouth slowly for 8 seconds. And then we're going to hold that for 7 seconds. So here we go. Inhale, 4. Exhale slowly. 8. And hold it for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so if y'all want to screenshot this is the 4-7-8 method, breathing method. You can do this as often as you need to, especially during stressful and challenging times. And when you're doing this exercise, you're supposed to repeat it at least 4 times. And so just know that breathing and breath work is definitely necessary, especially in these times when we're so bombarded with bad news. I mean, every day is something. So remember to stop, to slow down, and to breathe. And one of my go-to songs when life is getting to me and it's a lot and I really need to take time to breathe, I'll listen to this song called Breathe by Maverick City. Like that is my go-to song. And yes, 4-7-8. And I listen to this song and I just worship God and I just really release everything that I'm dealing with in the moment. And so the song is called Breathe by Maverick City. It's such a beautiful song. So remember to relax, relate, release, and exhale. Whew. Whatever you got to do, y'all, let it out. Say peace to whatever is disturbing your peace. Like, give it the peace sign. Say peace to whatever is disturbing your peace in this season, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's just too much on your plate and you have to relinquish some of that. Do whatever you need to do to maintain your peace. Like, advocate for your peace in this season because stress is the number one killer, you guys. Next slide, please. I hope you guys breathe. Okay, here we go. Back to this picture. So again, is this you? I'm telling you guys, this has been me for the vast majority of my life. This has been me. Superwoman. And I didn't ask to be Superwoman. I really don't want to be Superwoman. But I don't know. Sometimes we just get these assignments in life, and this is where we end up at. So is this you? So I know somebody said that she looks like Superwoman to them, a shero. So we can talk. I have been Superwoman as well. Yes, Lucretia. 5 years ago. Yes, Patricia. Yeah, and that cape looks so beautiful, right? It looks amazing. Look at the light coming from the cape. Like she just looked like yeah, I mean, everybody depends on the strong person. Yeah, so but go to them. So we see Superwoman. She's beautiful. But in truth time, truth time. But isn't this really how you look? So yeah, that cape, it looks glamorous, it looks heroic, but In public, yeah, that cape looks amazing. But behind closed doors, yes, this is how it looks. And this has been my life. Like, when I turned 40, like I was able to relinquish my cape. It seemed like I just let that joker go. Really, for real. When I turned 40. I'm 46 now. And over the past 2 years, it seemed like the cape has just reattached itself back to me. It's nothing glamorous about it at all. And I just want to ask us some questions because this is really how many of us look. And I just want to ask you, let me see. Yeah. How many people have you rescued this month? In the month of September? How many people did you have to rescue? How many people did you have to pay their bills? Did you have to show up to, numerous of events? You have to help, support events by purchasing tickets. You made donations. You prayed, you encouraged, you inspired others. Okay, let's move past this month. How about this past quarter? How about this year? How many people? Every day. I know, right? Every day. But I want to ask you, how many of those people that you helped and you rescued, how many of those people can you actually use your voice? Could you call on and tell them that you in crisis now and you need help? How many? How many of those people that you help numerous of time after time? Where's your community? Where's your village? Where's your tribe? And I'm going to be very transparent and truthful. And I'm going to tell you guys, like yesterday when I was working on this presentation, oof, it was heavy. I was working on this presentation and I literally had a breakdown, like literally. Like I cried for about a good 30 minutes. And that's the truth. And, I feel like I'm in a safe space to share that. But I cried for like 30 minutes because the past 2 years have been so heavy and so full of grief. Well, actually, since 2020, I've lost so many loved ones. And it wasn't really due to COVID. It was just due to people being sick. I lost my aunt to colon cancer. I lost my grandmother because she lost her daughter. Lost my godmother. She was buried on my birthday. I lost so many amazing sister friends who we supported one another, and they died. I'm like, Lord, you taking my tribe. Like, what are you doing? And so, Tanya, I feel you. But you know what? It was a good release for me because I've been doing a lot, and even the last few years, we've been dealing with a bully landlord. They went up on our rent like almost $2,000 in 2 years, and I'm just like, Lord Jesus, this is heavy. It's heavy. And my husband lost his father. Lost his father 2 years ago, and then we lost his mom last year. And so when I tell you, but then everybody thinks that I'm so strong, so they don't think I need anything. And so that's where I'm learning, and I need to learn even more how to speak up for myself and speak up. And so, I am doing better because what happened is this Saturday, I kind of overcommitted. And so, well, Friday night, we got invited to the state fair. I was supposed to be at an event volunteering for the largest Feed the City Day Saturday morning, and we had to be there 4 o'clock in the morning. When I got that invitation from the state fair of Texas, I said I'm not going to have the capacity to do this event. And I said I felt so bad, but I said let me call the organizer of this event and let him know. I had a team of like 7 people that were going to go. And I had to tell him, we're already committed to the State Fair of Texas, and we're not going to be able to make it to this event. But I had to stand up for myself. In this moment, I had to advocate for myself and say, I can't do it. And even my beloved sis is on the call right now, and I couldn't even make it to her book signing. But I let her know that I just didn't have the capacity. It was just too much going on in one day. And sometimes, lady, that's what we have to do is say, you know what? It's just too much. I'm tired. It's a no. It's a complete sentence. I'm not available. And then learn how to use your mouth, use your voice, and advocate for what you need in that moment. Because you can rescue people all you want to, but I'm telling you, sisters, today is the day that you rescue you. Today is the day that you advocate. Yes, give yourself permission Give yourself permission, like Miss Patricia is saying in the chat. Today, we have to give ourselves permission to advocate for ourselves, advocate for your health, your wealth, and your time. And you don't owe anybody any explanation for that. And so, next slide, please. Yes, rescue you. And so, just so why are you the rescuer? Why are you the rescuer? And so it goes back to everything that I shared in my backstory. It just aligns to the root of why I am a rescuer. So the rescuer tendency stems from childhood experiences, such as parentification. So that means you have to take on adult responsibilities from a young age due to a parent's absent or difficult situations. So yes, I'm on a step stool at the age of 3 washing dishes because my mom is working 3 jobs. So my 5-year-old brother is our babysitter. And mama, don't open up this door for nobody, but I need y'all to do this. These dishes need to be cleaned, this house needs to be dusted. So I learned how to clean, like general clean. I'm serious, at the age of 3 to 4 years old. Not lying. I was cooking full-fledged meals for my family at the age of 7. So I've just so servantship, giving, serving is just a part of my DNA. It's just who I am. I'm starting to learn how to teach people. Yeah, we have to teach people how to treat us, y'all. And I had to ask the Lord to forgive me because I was teaching people how to treat me wrong, literally, because I was a yes girl and I was always saying yes. But like I said, at the age of 40, I did start implementing my no, and I made a lot of people upset, including my parents. I made them upset. But and I've stuck to my no in a lot of degrees. But when you're a nonprofit leader and you're always in the community, people see you. I'm one person, but I get invitations to everything all day long. Like I get at least 10 to 15 invites to come to stuff every week. And I'm like, Lord, I'm one person. He's like, do what you can do, but say no to the rest. But parentification, trauma, or neglect can lead to a deep-seated need to help others as a way to address past wounds. So y'all heard all of my trauma that I went through as a young girl. Feeling needed. You have the desire to feel important and valuable by constantly helping others. I don't have to feel needed, but I mean I genuinely love giving, but I have to just ask myself, to what cost? At what cost? You know, proving value, believing that one's worth depends on meeting others' needs and the sacrifices made. It can also, you can be a rescuer as a distraction. You want to focus on other people's problems because it serves a distraction from dealing with your own difficulties and insecurities. You have a fear of rejection. Now, I dealt with this for the longest, you guys, because my dad was not in my life. And he was the man that'll always say, I'm gonna come get you, I'm gonna come get you. So me and my siblings would sit on the porch from sun up to sundown, like literally, with our backpacks from the morning to it's dark at night. And my mom is saying, come on, guys, you got to go ahead and come back in the house. Like, he is not coming. And so when I tell you that rejection from my father, of him constantly lying, not showing up, I dealt with the fear of rejection a lot. And so I made so for that I did make excessive sacrifices to maintain relationships, to avoid abandonment. Like, once I let you in my heart, I'm not letting you out because we stuck for life. But I learned that wasn't good, because some people God will send into your life for a reason, for a season, for an experience, for a moment. Like most relationships are not lifetime. And that was one of the hardest things for me to accept. In 2012, God got his spiritual scissors out and cut, I mean, about 20 people out of my life that had been in my life for a long time, but we were going in different direction. And he was like, no. And when I tell you, it felt like they are still alive, but it felt like I was grieving death. Like, it was hard to get up out of the bed. I mean, it was one of the most difficult seasons of my life, but I made it through. And I understand now why he had to do it. But that fear of rejection, that was one of the main things in my life. But I know now rejection is protection. It's not anybody rejecting you. God is protecting you. So that's how I had to accept and receive that. And then attachment issues. Some people, they have trauma bonds and they connect that way. But deep-seated fears of abandonment can lead to a pattern of seeking out individuals who need rescuing. Yeah. So, have you asked yourself, did any of these resonate with you? Why are you the rescuer? And when we are the rescuer, we don't think we need to be rescued. We don't speak up. We don't advocate for ourselves and our needs because we're always running to the aid and to the rescue of others. But tonight, we're going to rescue us. We're rescuing ourselves tonight. We are advocating for us tonight. So if you need rest, rest. If you need peace, get rid of everything that is distracting, destroying your peace. Whatever you need, self-care. Take care of you. Okay, next slide, Karen. And so I did take it's a 10 a 10 question survey. And it did tell me that I'm no longer a superwoman. So that's great. It told me no, I was not a superwoman because I did answer the questions honestly. So that was good to know. But I'm gonna blow this up. So do you suffer from symptoms of superwoman syndrome? So do you have bouts of irritability? Because you're so angry, like you want to pull your hair out because you're sick of helping people. You're tired of it, especially those who are not like who cannot reciprocate anything. They're just constantly taking from you. You cannot sleep. You either cannot sleep or you sleep excessively. Now, I have noticed this year has been my power nap year. Like 2 to 3 times out of the week, I have to lay down. I have to take a nap, even if it's for 30 minutes. Like I need my sleep. Um, Memory and concentration issues. You're so focused on everybody else that you can't even remember what you need to do for your own life. You're neglecting personal needs, self-care. Like ladies on this call, like when have you did your well woman check? Have you gotten your breast check? You know, uh, all of the things that we need to do. Are we doing it? A couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I think it was in 2023 I was diagnosed. So it's an autoimmune disease. And I've never even shared that with anybody outside of my husband and my 2 kids. Like, yeah. And so I was taking the medicine. I changed my diet. I started drinking more water, taking my vitamins. And so I did have my well woman checkup in December, and they told me that my levels are back to normal. That I no longer have it, but to continue taking the medicine just in case. So, yeah. But let's not neglect our self-care. Let's go get our labs done, get everything done that we need to. Anxiety and depression, sweating when you're not even physically active. You have general aches, pains, muscle tension, frequent headaches, migraines, difficulty in decision making, inability to relax and enjoy leisure time. Now, I'm so thankful that my husband, like every month, we take at least two to 3 night, 2 to 3 day like staycations. Like we get away. And so those have been very helpful for me. Now, what I have to do is learn not to work a lot on those. And then like my beloved sisters is going on a 28-day cruise. Yes, I just started cruising last year for our anniversary, 26th wedding anniversary. And we've been on 7 cruises in a year. So I get my downtime and my time to breathe on the cruises. So that's been a great addition to my life, cruising. So 10 signs that you may have superwoman syndrome is you're always fine. I don't care what people ask you, and people may know that something is off. You're not advocating and speaking up for yourself and telling people, no, I'm not fine. I'm not good. Something's wrong. Yeah, we have to stop telling people we are okay if we're not. Your to-do list never ends. Now, I do have a never-ending to-do list. That is the honest God truth. You're the go-to person. I am the go-to person for a lot of things. No time for self-care. I make time for self-care now. You feel guilty resting. I do not. You're a proud perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. You're always taking on extra stuff. I do take on a lot, but if I don't have the capacity to do it, then I will say no. Like somebody just invited me to be a part of another cohort, and I said, I just don't have the capacity. I can't. I'm already a part of 3. I can't. Is your mantra is, I've got this. I've got this. Are you running on caffeine and sugar? And do relaxation feel scary to you? So y'all, these are 10 signs that you may have Superwoman syndrome. And then the other ones, it deals with the health side of if you have the symptoms of Superwoman syndrome. So I really want you guys to, hone in on these. Like Karen said, this recording will be available for you guys to go back and just look at this, take that quiz, and just say, do I have Superwoman syndrome? And just be open and honest with yourself. And then ask yourself, why do I feel the need to be Superwoman? And then okay, we almost running out of time. I'm almost through. Okay, so today you have permission to rescue you, you guys. Rescue you. Nobody will save you but yourself. Like that hand that's reaching out, like reach out and rescue yourself today. Hug yourself today. Show your own self some love. Like wrap your arms around yourself and hug you. Like I know y'all need a hug because I needed a hug last night. And I had to hug myself, and I had to allow Jesus to hug me too. So hug yourself and give yourself permission to be rescued. So you deserve it. And I have like 2 more slides, y'all, and we through. And so the art of self-advocacy, it is the skillful action and practice of representing oneself, one's views, one's rights, and one's interests. So it's about you. Finally, it's about you, advocating for you. Self-advocacy is the bridge between you getting the support you need or you self-sabotaging, both personally and professionally. Because trust me, at the end of the day, we are not superhuman. At the end of the day, we are wrapped in flesh. And so at some point, you will crash and burn. You will. If you don't start standing up for yourself, telling people what you need or what you cannot do, or what you don't have the capacity for, eventually you will crash and burn. So it's time to regain control of your life. Speak up to express your needs clearly and confidently. Show up and stand up for you. So self-advocacy.
Marguerite, you went mute. Somehow it got muted again.
Okay, I'm sorry. What
There you
part?
go.
What part?
You started to say self-advocacy and then it muted. So just
Okay.
the last sentence.
Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, so self-advocacy. We keep saying it. It's a resounding thing for tonight. Speak up for yourself. Like I'm a different person now when and my mom can tell you, my dad can tell you, like if it's something I don't want to do now, I don't do it. I speak up for myself. Like my grandfather, bless him, I love him. But they wanted me to run his whole nonprofit for free, like without no compensation, nothing. And I'm like, I love y'all my family, but I don't know, I cannot. I do not have the capacity to run your nonprofit, manage my consulting agency, all the other things I'm doing, plus manage all the things of your nonprofit for free. I will not. Yeah. So you have to speak up for yourself. Stay informed. Like I say, stay informed about your health. Stay informed, even on your job. If there's something that's making you uneasy and the management or whatever, like speak up for yourself. Know your rights. Find support. Find support. So find a community. That's what I'm praying for right now, is a real community and a real tribe. I'm really praying for a community and a tribe that's two-way roads, that's a reciprocal. Because I give, I show up, I do it all. But when it comes to me, I don't know why it's such a struggle for it to be returned. And so some of the things that I was asking God last night, and I'm just gonna let y'all in on some of my prayer, is why has everything in my life been such a fight? These are questions that I was really asking. Like this presentation, like really made me do some self-reflection. And I said, why has everything in my life been such a fight? Like nothing in my life comes easy. People think it does, but nothing in my life comes easy. How many seeds must I sow before I reap a harvest? Why do I show up for many, yet it's a struggle for people to show up for me? because they already think I have it. They already think I have the money. They already think I have the support. They already think I have everything. And the honest to God truth is, I am just running on a mustard seed of faith, like literally. And so yes, y'all. So I mean, I'm really praying for that. So I just let y'all in on some of my prayer last night. And what God told me and what he revealed to me is that
usually I don't do this, but go ahead on break them off with a little.
uh-oh. Okay. And so what he told me is, for this season, I've graced you for the cape for this season. He said, however, in 2026, you will be released from the cape and the cape will be for you. And so he told me you will be able to take this cape off, untie from the back, and then wrap myself around in the cape. Yeah. And so people will value and respect my contributions. They will pay me for my time. All of that, because I mean, I said, Lord, my whole life is a seed. My whole life is an offering. Like, I don't have anything else left to give. So, when people invite, when people do anything, like, they gonna have in 2023. LaShonda know I did a presentation called "It's the Fee for Me" in 2023, because I'm like, I cannot continue to do everything for free. Like, you can't. And so y'all advocate for your value, advocate for your worth, please. Now, whatever the Lord is telling you to do as far as sowing, then that's great, because we need to do that. We have to sow seed, but everything can't be a seed. Like, I can't. And so the scripture reference for self-advocacy is trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him and he shall direct your paths. So he will direct your paths, you guys. But we cannot lean on our own understandings, and we cannot continue to help people, especially the ones that he didn't tell us to help. So heighten your discernment and ask God for clarity and direction on who he wants you to help, because we can't help everybody. We can't save everybody. And then Maya Angelou, I love this quote by her. She said, I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is to be on my own side. So ladies, that's what we have to do today. Clock that T, is to be on your own side, like Maya Angelou said. And so this public service announcement is, the next time you drape a cape, it will be for you. Save yourself. So I'm not for sure. Oh, and I like this too. This little man over here. It says, if it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind too. Because sometimes we may not be doing the physical act of doing something for someone, but we're still carrying them emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And people ask me all the time, because I'm 46. Am I 40? Yeah, I'm 46. Gonna be 47. And they ask me, girl, how you look so good? I say, if I can't figure it out, I give it to the one who can. Like, there's no need of me stressing over it. And that's really, like, I don't have no makeup regimen. I don't have no facial regimen. I drink water and I give it to Jesus, literally. Okay, next slide, please. So I'm just gonna read these, just the highlight parts, and then when you get the presentation, you can read it in fullness. But some key components of self-advocacy is being self-aware, knowing your rights, effective communication, building confidence, strategic action, and it goes right back to a supportive network. It's everything. These relationships have to be two-way roads versus one-way streets. Okay, next slide, please. And then how to practice the art of self-advocacy is to understand yourself. So you got to reflect on what your needs are, which allows you to function at your best. Communicate clearly, set clear boundaries, highlight your achievements. And that's another thing as women. Like, we don't even celebrate ourselves. We don't even congratulate ourselves. I received an honorary doctorate in 2020 from a Grace University, who said they had been watching me online, all the work that I was doing. So they graced me with an honorary doctorate. It took me 2 years before I even put doctor in front of my name. And I'm looking at everybody else that graduated with me, and they started using doctor. I'm like, So it took me forever. And it took somebody to say, it doesn't matter how you got the doctorate degree. Take ownership of it. And so that's the thing with our achievements lady, take ownership of what you've done and what you've accomplished. Like, because the enemy always want to magnify what we haven't done, what we haven't accomplished yet, but go ahead and pat yourself on the back and give yourself some kudos for what you have accomplished. So document your successes, build your network, seek professional guidance, and then practice and reflect. So it's the art of self-advocacy. So, you might have a season where you missed the mark, but that's why it's called the art, because you got practice makes perfect. So self-advocacy is a skill that improves with practice. So celebrate your wins and reflect on what worked well for future situations. And I think I'm at the end of my slide. Oh, here we go. So today, ladies, we are going to speak up today for you. You're going to speak up for your health. You're going to speak up for your peace of mind. You're going to speak up for your sanity. You're going to speak up for your needs, your wants. Like, today is the day that you will speak up. Your voice matters. Let it be heard. I don't know how this would sound if we all came off of mute to do these affirmations. I don't know how that would sound. But just make sure you screenshot this or go back and watch the replay. But these are affirmations. And it says, my voice matters and deserves to be heard. I speak with ease, assurance, clarity, and confidence. I am strong, capable, and resilient. I trust in my abilities to succeed. I believe in my ability to communicate courageously and effectively. My voice is unique to me and worthy of hearing. So we're not holding back, ladies. Then, like, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you've been holding in, we letting it out tonight. I speak truth and I love without fear. I express myself authentically and without shame. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes. So next slide. And so it says, healing comes from taking responsibility to realize that it is you and no one else that creates your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, y'all. So we teach people how to treat us. So today we're gonna teach people how to unlearn what we've taught them, because some of it has been abusive. And we're gonna get them protest signs out, and we're gonna get that bullhorn out. And this time is for you. You're protesting for you, for your health, for your sanity, for your peace. That bullhorn is for you. We are. And y'all, I'm telling you, this is a word right here that God gave me, because my husband and I, we pastored for 10 years. And when I tell you, we wanted everybody to be saved and receive peace. And Lord, we wanted to solve everybody's problems, but we couldn't. And so this is a word that God gave me that has saved my life, literally. And he says, we are called to care, not carry. I can care for you, but I cannot pick up and carry your cross for you. I got my own cross to carry. So I can care for you, but I cannot carry your cross. We are called to share and not save. Jesus already died. And so we can't save anybody. So what I want you to do is hashtag save you, boo. Save you. Save you. Okay. But if anybody wants to connect, that's my link. Solo.co, Dr. Marguritte Johnson. If you guys want to connect, so I think she's going to put it in the chat, and it has all of my information on here. And so that's it, you guys.
I love that. Thank you so much. I love that we are called to care, not carry.
Yes.
That hit me so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also another one that does that. So, and we have a whole list of people on this call that I know do that also.
Yes.
So that was so good. So do we have any questions for Dr. Marguritte?
I gotta go back in his chat.
Yeah, so many. Lots of flowers for you and thank yous and
Karen?
everybody aligning.
Yes, ma'am.
Quick question. Can you just tell us what is the main purpose, or what do you do for the Sisters for Sisterhood? like, how would we benefit by joining? What is it that you do?
Yeah, so stand for sisterhood. So we're committed to bridging the generational resources, opportunities, wellness, and wealth gap for girls and women. We have our mentorship cohort. It's called Four Core. And so it's the number four because it's bridging that generational gap of baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Zs, and millennials. And we've graduated three cohorts. So our fourth cohort is starting April of 2026. And it's a year of mentorship, and so we come together. I'm still in the three cohorts that we graduated. We would meet every second and fourth Thursday, and we would meet for 1 hour, and we would tackle a personal or professional development topic. So from either how to create generational wealth, how to self-care, how to start a business. So all the things we would tackle that any second and fourth Thursday. And then on every fourth Sunday, we would actually come together with the sisterhood and have sister supper. So that will be our time where we will meet in person. So we will select a restaurant because we were from all over the Metroplex. So we would select a local restaurant. We would go and break bread together, check in, network, fellowship, and on a couple of the meetings, we would read a book. So we did read like Woman Evolve, and then we would have a book discussion. Yeah, and then we have four signature events every year. So March is Boss Up and Brunch, a women's empowerment event. July is a signature summer camp for girls called Diamonds in the Rough. It's a 7-day, 6-night camp. And then the Saturday that they graduate is a dual event. So they graduate, and then plus it's the For Her Resource Fair. So we have a fair for all things girls and women. So vendors, resources, all of that. And then we received our own day in the city of Farmers Branch in October 27, 2022. And so this is our fourth celebration coming up, October 27th. It's on a Monday night, so we're going to have bingo night. Just something fun, something to relay the mission, raise some money, and continue impacting girls and women. So we'd love for all y'all to come play bingo. and join the cohort. Is starting in April of 2026, and it goes from April, and then you guys receive your certificate of completion at the Boss Up and Brunch event in March. So that's
Pat, her link is, if you use her link that I shared, you can find all that information about the Stand for Sisterhood in that as well. Let me see if I can share it again. Here we go. So if you click on that, that'll take you to her page with all the links.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for your inquiry, Patricia. We need some baby boomers and some Gen X's to help mentor these girls. So it's a give and take in the mentorship. I feel like everybody has a well, and that's what we say. Whether you're old or young, everybody has a well. You have wisdom, experience, love, and legacy to share. So it's a give and take. So the old support the young, and the young support the old, and we all volunteer and do civic engagement projects and all type of stuff together throughout the year.
So I love it. Thank you so much. Any other questions? And thank you for asking, Pat. I just want to personally thank you for your time, for your heart, for all that you poured into that presentation. I know it felt a little personal for you going through it. So thank you for enduring that for us.
Yeah.
And for who you are on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And everything you said, if I know it will bless others, but it was a huge blessing to me. So thank you personally for that.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. It was worth going through, and I needed that anyway. It was time. So
Yeah, we all need those little reminders. But I just want to thank everyone for showing up tonight, for being here, for supporting Dr. Margarita, for being a part of TBW. If you would be interested in learning more about Texas businesswomen, our website is tbwconnect.com. You can find out about our resources. We have scholarships for women who are looking for continuing education, resources. We have, thank you, Laura. Laura shared it in the chat. We also have our foundation, and so you can find out more about that as well. We'd just love to find resources and ways to continue to share what you do and just continue to build the sisterhood, because we're all about that as well. That's what we also
Yes.
say. We're TBW sisters. So
Yes.
so that
Karen, you
language,
wanna-
and we're so glad that you showed up and that you found us. And yeah, if we could just hold that for you and just encourage you. I think Dr. Marguerite shared so many golden nuggets in this presentation, but I think one of the biggest was just the acknowledgement that we are all going through this together. And as a collective, if we can just give each other grace and space in those moments when someone tells us no, to just receive that, to not push, and to just give everyone permission to have those boundaries. Because just because we can be strong doesn't mean that, we always should be. We need,
Right.
we need to have the grace to be able to say no. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And when we're vulnerable, we give others permission to be just as vulnerable. So your presentation today was so welcome and so perfectly inviting for us to each lean into I call them edges, those edges that just feel hard and feel painful or sticky. They're just uncomfortable, where we're on the edge of something that really isn't something we want to do, maybe, but we know it's something we need to do. So thank you all for staying this long. I know we've gone over. I want to respect your times, but it was just so valuable. And we will have this up on our YouTube channel. It is Texas Businesswomen.
Awesomeness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And if you're in the Dallas area, would love to invite you to join us. And in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of the week. And tomorrow is October, so happy October, everyone.
It's flying by. Thank you, sisters.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
See
Thank
you guys
you.
next
Thank
Good night,
month.
you.
everyone.
Good night.
Next
Good
month.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.